Hey everybody, Alonzo, Penelope, and Piper here with Gulf Coast Smoke. Today, we're excited to bring you episode 2 of Butt Grilled, where we tackle the Cheesy Gordita Crunch by Taco Bell. So the other day I was looking around at popular food items, particularly fast food items here in America, and I saw a lot of burgers, I saw some In-N-Out stuff, animal style fries, etc., etc. I kept scrolling, and number 8 was the Cheesy Gordita Crunch from Taco Bell. And when I sat back and thought about it, those are super delicious. My wife and I love them. I have a bunch of friends that love them. So I figured this would be a great one for us to try today. We're not going to do it exactly the way they do it at Taco Bell. Obviously, with Butt Grilled, we try and incorporate some barbecue flavors in there. So instead of ground meat, we're using skirt steak. I am going to cube it up to where it's pretty small. But overall, we're not using ground meat. We're going to use Southern Belle and Southern Hospitality to get some nice barbecue flavors. We'll cook everything on the Blackstone griddle. My wife made homemade tortillas for the outer shell of this taco. So the way that the taco goes, if you don't know, is there's a hard shell, and then on the outside, I don't even know if it's actually a tortilla. It might be like a thicker flatbread type, but in between those two shells, there's melted Monterey Jack and cheddar cheese. I believe that's what it is, right? And then on the inside, you have your ground beef. You have lettuce, you have cheese, and then you have a spicy ranch in there as well. Now, I did look online, and I couldn't find an exact recipe for that spicy ranch, so we're just going to do our own today. I know it's going to turn out good. I'll leave a recipe down below for you guys to follow along with that if you're interested, and let's just see how this turns out. It sounded extremely good, so I'm excited for it, and I really think that everything's going to turn out great. That being said, come on in. I want to show you the Cheesy Gordita Crunch real quick, and then we'll get started on our own Gulf Coast Smoke Crunch. See if we can't do it a little bit better. Like I said, this is not to knock any of the companies that we're going up against. It's just to show you that you guys can cook these things at your house with your grill, with your griddle, with your stove, with a pan, anything. It's all about making food at home and having fun with it. But anyway, come and check out this Cheesy Gordita Crunch, and then we're going to try our hand at our own. So like I said a second ago, here's our Cheesy Gordita Crunch. And this is what I was talking about on the outside. I don't think this is actually a tortilla. We're using homemade tortillas today, but this is almost like a flatbread. There's the melted cheese in there you could see. And then here's the hard taco shell, ground beef. You got that spicy ranch, lettuce, and cheese. Now don't forget, we're not using ground beef, and we are using a homemade tortilla. But other than that, we're going to try and replicate this to make sure that it looks pretty similar. And now it's time to get into our ingredients. Okay, so starting here, we have our ranch. All that my wife did was she used a ranch dressing packet, added some mayonnaise and a little bit of milk, and that's what makes this up. It's not a homemade recipe. It's literally just on the back of the ranch packet, but we prefer it like that because I do think it tastes better. So here I have some Killer Hogs hot sauce. I'll add some of this to the ranch along with some diced up jalapenos, and that's where we're going to get our spicy ranch today. So I have 2 skirt steaks here that we are going to go ahead and trim some of this fat off of the back because that's a lot and I don't want to eat that. We don't want that in our bite of tacos. From there we have our 2 seasonings, Southern Belle and Southern Hospitality. If you guys have these 2 seasonings, try pairing them up together, especially on beef, and it turns out extremely good. I think that'll be your go-to from here on out. Oh, it's okay. And then we have shredded cheddar cheese, and then we have some Monterey Jack cheddar cheese here as well. And then, of course, we have our lettuce. Okay, so from here, what we're going to do is we're going to get everything prepped up. Then we'll head out to the Blackstone, and we'll make these tacos. You'll see step by step what we're doing. One of the things, I had a comment, I had somebody actually message me the other day and say, your videos are wonderful. They're great to watch. They're very, very easy to follow. But they suggested putting up the ingredients and maybe even some step-by-steps on the screen as I go. So I'm going to try and do that moving forward. If you guys have any other suggestions, just let me know. I obviously really, really love making these videos, and that's why we're doing it. It's fun for me to edit them. My wife enjoys doing the camera work, but we also want to make the viewing experience for you guys as good as it can be. So if you think there's anything else moving forward that we should try, let me know. Obviously, the first time I ever started using editing software was when we dropped our first video, so I don't have too much experience, but I'm learning as much as I can as I go. Anyway, We'll try a little bit of that. We'll try and put some graphics up there while we're cooking if we feel something needs to be there. And hopefully that helps you follow along with the recipe just a little bit better. But anyway, this is not going to change. You guys already know it's time for B-roll. It's time for us to prep these up and get this cook done. So come on in. We're going to prep everything up, head outside to cook, and then it's time to eat. Compare these two Cheesy Gordita Crunches and talk about the differences and see which one we might think is better. Okay, so that griddle cook is done, and first thing I'm gonna say is that meat that we cooked, that skirt steak on the Blackstone griddle, it tastes so amazing. The flavor is just outrageous. So if you guys have the hospitality and the Southern Belle at your home, I'm telling you, like I said earlier, you've got to try this combination out. The savory notes from Southern Belle just pair so well with a little bit of sweetness and that nice back end heat from Southern Hospitality. Another thing I want to say is I love Taco Bell. The Cheesy Gordita Crunch is so good. So I'm not here to say that the Cheesy Gordita Crunch isn't great. I promise you I will eat this again many, many times in my life. I just wanted to show you guys a different way that you could make it at your home, and that's what the channel is all about. Get outside, have some fun, make mistakes, bring your friends and family over. That's what it's all about. If you guys enjoy the channel, hit the subscribe button and also hit the little notification bell, and every time my wife and I put out a brand new video, you'll be notified. But that's enough of that. What you guys came here for was to see how these two look in the end and then hear me talk about how it tastes, right? So let's get right into it. First, we'll try out the Taco Bell Cheesy Gordita Crunch. I mean, it's delicious. What can you say? It's so good. I don't have one thing that's negative to say about that. It truly just tastes so good. And if you like Cheesy Gordita Crunches from Taco Bell, I mean, you know what it is. They're very, very good. But let's go ahead and try out the homemade Gulf Coast Smoke Cheesy Gordita Crunch. See how it tastes. Okay, the ranch that we made for this Cheesy Gordita Crunch has a lot more flavor than the one from Taco Bell. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really expect that, but this tastes so good. I get the ranch right off the bat, and of course that skirt steak that we made just truly is so delicious. You have to try this out. Again, this is not to choose which one's better or which one's worse. They're both delicious in their own right. It's just a recipe to show you guys how you can take a popular fast food item and make it your own. And that's what we did here today. I mean, the ranch dressing's amazing. You get a nice crunch. That inner shell tastes really good. Of course, you can't go wrong with a homemade tortilla. Loads and loads of cheese. I'm sorry I'm talking with my mouth open. I mean, if I'm being honest, this tastes like a Cheesy Gordita Crunch on steroids. The skirt steak, the ranch, the lettuce, the cheese, the extra cheese on the inside, the homemade tortilla. You can't go wrong here. If you guys have any questions about anything we did today, you guys can always comment, and me or my wife will reply back to you and let you know what we did and how we did it. Like I said, I'm going to try editing this up a little bit differently with a little bit of instructions throughout, or if there's some keynotes that I think you guys need to know, I'll drop them in the video. And if you guys are ever interested in trying out our seasonings, go to gulfcoastsmoke.com and we'll ship them out to you next day so you could try that combination out on your beef and taste the flavor for yourself. We did pick up a 4th place ribs not too long ago with our seasonings. So again, they are award winning. They have picked up a 1st place ribs here in Texas already as well. So you know you're getting quality when you pick up our seasonings. As always, I really appreciate you guys tuning into this video. Thanks. We'll see you on the next one.